So now we are on part 4. So what we achieved last time was pulling raw data from RSS feeds, pre-processing that data, and outputting that data into a folder, kind of the starting steps of pipelining the data automatically. And then next up, we're gonna obviously analyze all of that text. But for this video, I want to do Google News and I want to do Reddit data. So let's get started with Google News. So we have the RSS stuff here. And then I'm just going to write a function for pulling Google News data. So I just set up these secrets here so we can run the Reddit stuff without having me to show you the passcodes. Write me a Python function to pull Google News data using the Google News library for keyword cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Let's do Ethereum. Let's do blockchain. And what else can we do? Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain. Let's do Solana. Let's do Binance. All right, let's not do Binance. That's too specific. So let's just do this to start. Pull the title, date, description, news source, and anything else that might matter. I know, let's just do that. See what it gives us. Okay, so below is a Python function that uses the Google News library to pull news data for the keywords cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain, and Solana. The function retrieves the title, data, description, and news source along with other relevant information. So make sure to install Google News. We're good with that. And here's the actual function. So first it sets up the Google News variable with language English and the region to US, and then it initiates an empty list. And then for each keyword in keywords that we'll define over here, search it using this over here, and then store the results in results. And then within each keyword, we do that, and then we append it to this news data over here, and then it clears it. All right, so let's give this a shot. Let's select the code, and I'm going to do it in the testing environment over here. So print news. So let's just print this. So let's see what we get. So we should be getting 49 cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. Can you increase the number of pages it searches? I just want to fetch more data than just this. So here's the updated code. And then over here, keywords, we have an additional parameter. So let's just change, let's just change the function to this updated one, and we should be getting a lot more data. So pages 2, let's do pages is equal to 5, I guess, I don't know. So now this is a function within a function within a function. And it's going to take a lot longer to run this. Okay. So this is pretty much the Google News data pull. So we have RSS, Google News, and then next up we're going to be tackling Reddit as well. And then that should give us a good starting point. So pages is equal to, let's just, get rid of this and see if it works. We'll leave it as it is. 2 pages is enough. I mean, who reads past the 3rd page anyways, right? When it comes to like top news articles, they'll make it up to the front page anyways. All right, let's see how long this takes. Okay, so now we have 250 rows, so we have quite a bit of news. So this is awesome. So this function is working, so we're going to paste this into our whole news pull thing. So I actually want to change the structure of this whole file to make it a bit more easy to read. So here we got let's just do one.rss feed function. Okay, and then we'll do to Google News function, and this is where we take this into here. So now we got Google News, we got RSS, and obviously this list will have to be upgraded for the RSS. But now let's do Reddit as well. Reddit function. Okay. What's happening here? Okay, can you write me a Python function to pull the top 100 Reddit posts for Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin? Let's see what we want to get. So the question is, what news sources do we even want, or what subreddits do we want to pull from? And I think the most relevant ones are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and finance. Use the O authentication. Let's do this. Because the Reddit API is free, but only to pull the top 100 posts, and you would need O authentication to go beyond the limit of 25 posts, I think. Client ID, subreddit for subreddit, title, score, upvote, URL, comments, flare, and then this, display the data. Let's try it. Let us try this. And we have to import using pro, so we'll just go back into the testing environment. Import pro, do I even have it installed? Nope, I don't. So let's quickly install this because I've never used it. I mean, I've pulled from Reddit before, but I've used a completely different method. So this time I'll go ahead and try this one and see what happens. Okay. So client ID. So I'm gonna do from secret import secrets. Because obviously it's not set up. So client ID is going to be secrets, and then the client ID, and then it's going to be secrets dot client secret, and then user agent. I don't know, we can just be camel font. Would that work? this works. Okay, let's go into posts. So we got a bunch of posts, but I do want to put this into a data frame format. Make sure it is in data frame format. From pandas. So this stays the same. Post data, and then it iterates over that, and then we would have to convert it. Convert this list of dictionaries into a data frame. So let's see if this works. And if this works perfect, we would have our complete, would have 3 big sources already in and ready. And then the next step would obviously be to pre-process the data. But it's still not in data frame format. Why is it being so weird? Post fetch. It's still not in data frame format, or did I, or is this completely wrong? For subreddit and subreddits, this is the same. This is the same. For post and top posts, this is the same. And oops, maybe this indentation was the issue. Still not in data frame format. Make sure to have different columns for each element you pull. Okay, let's try this. And I'm not going to be using all of that stuff anyways. Like most of this stuff I am going to delete. Like all of these extra columns. We don't need that. And then this I want to keep outside. And completely replace this. And then we have the client ID, all of this stuff. But we wouldn't want this to be in a dictionary or in a list. We need these to be actual variables for the sake of this. Okay. This, and then subreddits, and let's hope this works. Receipt for 001. Client ID. Come on, why aren't you working, man? Do I just put this straight up in here? And then maybe this will work. Because we did not get an error the last time. So we can get one now. Okay. And there we go. So we got the title. We got 700 rows because we got 7 subreddits, 100 posts per subreddit. Title, score, comment, and then we also got created, but this created variable is just super weird. And I don't want the permalink ID, flare, author. I don't want that. Comments URL, we don't need that. The scores could be important to rank these posts. Title subreddit, right? So if a certain post has a lot more scores, then it would play a more important role. But these are top 100 posts anyway, so I don't even think that we need that much, right? But anyways, let's keep it as it is. And the created I want to fix, because if we do posts.d types, we can see the data type for each of these, and then created as a float. So this post data created, make sure this is in date time format. So we're a little bit more consistent with the dates. Obviously we got to import datetime. From datetime, import datetime. And then over here, there should be different dot append, right? So, dot created. And now let's check it out. So now we don't even need these. Fuck, let me stop this. So this, we don't need the author. We don't need the URL or upvote ratio. We just need the score. So we got the subreddit, we got the title, we got the score, comments, created, and text. Let's initialize that. Okay, so now this should give us the result that we want. This should really give us the result that we want. Let's see what we get. And then let's do that. And now we got the date. So why do we have such an old post near the top? So if we would have to do hot to get. So okay, and the dates are way up to more up to date. So urgent, malicious extension, this cycle versus last cycle, any website or tools, right? So we're pulling this predictions for Solana, this red September. All right, so the script is now set up to pull the Reddit data. So now we can also import this into our main file. So this is the Reddit function. So we got Reddit, we got Google News, and we got RSS feed. So we're gonna import pra over here. And cool, so now we got this stuff. Now the challenge will be to append or to kind of have a data frame that has all of this data. And for that, we're gonna have to make sure that all of these have the same number of columns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We gotta come up with the columns, right? So what we're gonna do is so we're gonna have one column structure. We're gonna have the source, the date, the source, the date, the title, the text, source, date, title, text, because subreddit, and then what's it for Google keyword. So we can just get rid of the keyword for Google. So date, source, So source, date, title, text, and then we're gonna do the main source. So this is either going to be RSS, Google, or Reddit. Okay. So let's fix this up. So actually we can keep this as it is. So this is for Reddit. I mean, actually we don't even need this because we already have it specified over here. We don't need this for Reddit. Yes, we'll need that. We'll need the news sources for RSS. Make the loop. For RSS and URLs. Mainframe.2csv, and then this is the actual pre-processing. So this comes later by calling the actual mainframe. So the mainframe over here is just where we input the RSS data into. All right, so we got the main source. So here what we're going to do, I'm just gonna do this main source. We're gonna just do RSS. And then Google News, we're gonna do main source Google News. And then here, I hope this works. I'm just kind of seeing what would happen. It's going to be Reddit. The starter for the Google News is going to be this. Okay. Where's Google News? So we're going to do Google News is this. And then we got a bunch of stuff open. And then the testing, and then for Reddit, it's going to be this. I'll just do print news df. And then Reddit is going to be this, posts, and then print posts. And then this. I'm just going to ignore all of that. Okay, so print posts, and then print mainframe. So let's hope that this works. Source, comma. Okay. Why isn't this working? Source. Where's this issue? Source. Comma here. Is this going to work? It's not defined. Did you mean Google News? Oh, because it's not imported, is it? Import Google News. or what is the name of this library over here? Google News, big G, big N. What's happening? Okay. So from Google News, import Google News. Perfect. So the RSS worked, main source RSS. And then now, I'm so happy that this actually worked. So we got the RSS stuff. And then next should be Google News. And then Reddit. Main source, description, pull date. This is looking promising. No, client ID is not defined because we did not import. No, we did import secrets. Why? Is it because we don't have this? But I don't even understand how it's calling for that. Anyways, why not? Let's just put it in here. There's RSS. Now Google News, hopefully. Google News, 250 rows. Come on. And now we're gonna get the Reddit one. The universe allows. Come on. I'm just gonna charge my MacBook. And the Reddit one. How cool is this? How cool is this? This is amazing. Look at all this free information. Free information right here, guys. This is why learning how to code, or at least learning how to code with ChatGPT, is so beneficial for you. Okay, cool. So now let's go ahead and append all of this data and make one giant data frame and then run the natural language processing. Okay. So we got the main source, subreddit title. Let's just get rid of score. I mean, let's not overcomplicate this for now. Let's get rid of comments as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got the one main source, and then the subreddit, and then the title, text, and created. Here we got the main source. We don't want the source here. We don't want the link or the snippet. We want the description, title, and then keyword, date, and main source. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. 5 columns, and then here we also want 5 columns. So main source, the title, link. This we don't need, but we also do want the pull date. We do want the pull date. So let's do the pull date as the current system date that we defined up, or where did we define it? I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's a function. So I'm just going to take this pull date and put it here. And then the same over here. Okay. So that's good. Reddit, Google News, and RSS. I'm just gonna initialize here the data frame. Initialize data frame. This we don't want yet. We'll put this in the end. Save raw data. So here we got Reddit, Google News, and then we'll keep this. So we'll do 1 RSS data, 2 Google News data, and then 3 Reddit data. And then now what we want to do is we want to have the same column names. So for RSS, we have main source. I'm just going to write this down. Actually, no. Main source, source, title, publication date, description, and pull date. And then here we got main source. And instead of keyword, we're going to have source. And then we got title, publication date, description, and pull date. Okay, so these are equal. And then here we got main source, and then instead of Reddit, we're gonna have source. And then these have to be changed. Source, title created is going to be publication date, text, and pull date. Description, what do we have here? Description. So also description for this. Okay, here the process is a bit more pain in the ass. So post data dot is going to be equal to subreddit, and then post, where is post? Okay, so this should actually work. Print news data, print and posts. So it's a bit messy in terms of the naming, but total raw data is equal to how do I stack data frames on top of each other? Columns might be in different order, but the names are the same. And we're going to be using this. Boom, stacking the data frame. So total raw data is equal to pd concat main frame news df and posts, ignore index, print total raw data, and then total raw data we're not even going to be calling it RSS news. We're going to be calling it we're just going to be calling it news feed, and this should work. So it's so now we're gonna not print this, but we're gonna say print, actually to be more specific, we're starting it here. Print starting Google News data pool. Google, we're gonna make an F string actually. Google News data pool successful. Or successful with this 1 C or 2 C's, I never know that. Successful, I think it's 2 C's, 2 S's, okay. Successful, a total of length of newsdf articles were pulled. Okay. And now we're starting print starting Reddit poll. And print a total of length posts were pulled. So if all works well, then our main pipeline should be set up for all the raw data. We're gonna see it reflected over here. Starting Google News, data pool, then subreddit, key errors subreddit. Okay, because we changed it to source. Source, title, we don't even have score. Just gonna comment this out, or comments. And then this becomes publication dates. And then description becomes that. So now it should work. So RSS by far is the quickest of all. It doesn't interact with any APIs. It only pulls or scrapes from the internet, and that's about it. Google News, you got an API. Reddit, you got an API. And it introduces a few more sub-steps. So Google News, total of 246 articles were pulled, starting Reddit poll, and then we should have this updated. Perfect, look at this. Total of 1,087 rows. This is beautiful. Let's check this out. Newsfeed, a bunch. So we got title, the publication date, and then we got the pull date, which is just today's date. Great, this looks amazing. We got a lot of text here. All right, so this is pretty much the gist of the code. So I'm just gonna clean this code up a bit, and just make it nicer, because I just want to have something that I can deliver, something that's there that isn't necessarily perfect, but I'm okay with that. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you get something going and as long as you have something there. That's all that matters, and anything else is just extra, and it will just push your timelines forward a lot more than you would need. So okay, we got I'm just gonna make this step 0 is import all dependencies. I can't type today. Dependencies. Once that's done, we're gonna create the RSS function. I'm just gonna do this. Defining all news pull functions. Okay, which is this 1, 2, and 3. And then the current variables, I'm just gonna set up over here. I'm just gonna name it importing all dependencies and setting up environment. Okay. Environment date variables, RSS news sources, the main data frame, initialize the data frame, we get to actually running the functions. So we got this, this, and this, and then stacking it. And then lastly is stacking the data frames, RSS data, Google News data, Reddit data, and then this could kind of be set up here as well. But let's not. I'll just keep it as it is, just so it stays a bit more organized. Okay, so subreddits is that. Starting Reddit pull, a total of this were pulled. And then print all news data pull successful. Print a total of length instances, a total of news/posts instances were pulled, and then prints it, and then it saves it, and then this is the pre-processing. Let's keep, and then we'll do that. Okay, so this looks clean now. So now I'm gonna start the pre-processing stuff, meaning that this stays the same because total text is going to be, but not mainframe. It's going to be total raw data. So total raw data, this and that. So the pre-processed text, apply pre-processing, and then this is going to be pre-processed text, and then newsfeed processed this, but we're going to be removing, and we're only going to be keeping a few columns, only the pre-processed columns. So total raw data is equal to total raw data, but only with a few select columns. And these columns are going to be the main source, publication date, pull date, and then the, so main source. I'm just going to split this view. So it's going to be main source, right? It's going to be source. It's going to be title, or actually no title. It's going to be publication date, pull date, and lastly pre-processed text. You can get rid of this. Okay, and then we save that. And now we're gonna write over here, print starting text pre-processing, and then print array data pull news data pull is done. Alrighty, so now let's run this and see what we get. Total of 9 URLs were pulled. That also worked. Total of 246 articles were pulled. Now the Reddit pull. Okay. And then news data is done. The text pre-processing is done. Perfect. So now if we look at this, we're gonna have the main source. We're gonna have the source, the publication date, and then the pre-processed text. Wow. It's pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Okay. So we're gonna have a few issues with the Google News stuff with this over here, but I mean, we can just rely on the pull date rather than the post date. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And in the next video, we're gonna be finally starting the fun part, or the fun parts of actually making sense of all of the pre-processed data. All right, until next time.